basic operations in milk powder production. The various steps involved in this are receiving and selecting the milk, filtration and clarification, cream separation, standardization, preheating treatment, condensing, homogenization, drying, packaging and storage of powder. Let's start with the first step, that is standardization. First of all, what is the purpose of standardization? The objective of standardization is to adjust the ratio of milk fat and total solids to the level required in the final product, which differs. Production of skimmed milk powder differs slightly from whole milk powder. For skimmed milk powder, it is necessary to reduce fat in skimmed milk to less than 0.1%. The next is preheating treatment. This is done just before condensing. Leads to the production of safe and stable milk powders and induces other desirable attributes as well related to organoleptic attributes. Pasteurization at 72 degrees C for 15 seconds is sufficient to address the safety requirement associated with processing of raw milk. But longer holding times may be necessary to meet requirements relating to the thermoduric pathogens and specific food spoilage organisms. Thermoduric pathogens, those pathogens which can survive past the pasteurization temperature, that is 72 degrees C for 15 seconds. For milk powder solubility, which mostly depends on the state of milk protein system, the high temperature short time HTST regime is more convenient. The temperature most frequently used is in the range of 88 to 95 degrees C for 15 to 30 seconds. Preheating treatment contributes significantly to the shelf life of dried milk, primarily through development of antioxidant or reducing substances. And this is a very important point. Preheating treatment contributes significantly to the shelf life of dried milk product, and the reason is through development of antioxidant or reducing substances. As a result of heat treatment of milk, reactive or free sulfahydryl groups are formed, and these sulfahydryl groups act as free radical scavengers or antioxidants, thus preventing development of oxidized flavor. Products of Maillard reaction also contributes to the overall antioxidant effect in milk. So now you know the answer for the reason why preheating treatment contributes significantly to the shelf life of dried milk powder. Milk may be heat treated at temperatures to achieve various levels and types of protein denaturation according to the final product requirement. Skimmed milk powder is commonly graded according to the amount of undenatured whey protein nitrogen present in non-fat milk solids. Now, this undenatured whey protein nitrogen is expressed in something known as WPNI, which is whey protein nitrogen index, and this is defined as the amount of undenatured whey protein nitrogen measured in mg per gram of the powder. The next step is of condensing. Condensing, which means removal of. Next point is condensing. Condensing or removal of partial moisture from the milk so that it concentrates. For spray drying, the milk is concentrated in multiple effect evaporators to 40 to 50% total solids. For roller drying, the milk is concentrated to 18% total solids. Evaporators use much lesser thermal energy than dryers for removal of equivalent amount of moisture from milk. That means evaporators are more efficient and more beneficial to be used for the purpose of condensing. The next topic is homogenization. Homogenization is not an obligatory operation in milk powder manufacturing, but is usually applied to decrease the free fat content, of the milk. Sometimes milk powder is, however, demanded in certain conditions. Homogenization also helps to prevent clumping. Homogenization helps to prevent clumping of fat during reconstitution. So homogenization helps to prevent clumping of fat during reconstitution of the milk powder and improves the keeping quality of the milk powder. Homogenization is conducted after evaporation. It is conducted after evaporation or in partly concentrated milk. So only after evaporation or partly concentration of milk, homogenization would be done. The concentration rate being not more than 3:1. The concentration rate being not more than 3:1. At higher concentration, homogenization destabilizes milk proteins, thus decreasing powder solubility. So, there is a standard. Milk is homogenized at 2500 to 3000 psi at 62.8 to 76.7 degrees C. Higher than this homogenization pressure would cause destabilization of milk proteins. The next topic is drying. Though a number of drying systems are available, practically only spray drying and roller drying are commercially used in the dairy industry. Since the product quality and process economy are much better and are being constantly improved, spray drying has the highest potential today and in the foreseeable future. So, spray drying and roller drying are two drying methods which are presently commercially being used in the dairy industry for the manufacturing of milk powder. Manufacture of roller dried milk powder. The most used construction of roller dryer in the dairy industry is an atmospheric double drum dryer, which is made of cast iron. The product at 74 to 85 degrees C is pumped into the reservoir between the two drums. Milk is continuously brought to the heated surface of the rollers where it is dried. Since the drum speed on an average at 14 to 19 RPM, is normally constant. The principal adjustment is the steam pressure during operation. This should be changed with care to maintain desired 3 to 4% moisture in the powder. After being dried, milk is continuously scraped off the roller by sharp knives in the form of a thin film. These sharp knives are also known as scrapers or doctor blade. Dry film scraped off by the knives fall on a spiral conveyor that is along the side of each roller for pulverizing or converting them into smaller particle size. The powder is usually sifted through a system of sieves to be classified according to particle size. The powder is usually packed in 25 kg craft bags. The powder is packed in 25 kg craft bags with a plastic liner which is reasonably impervious to moisture. I would also like to add here that this is 3 to 4% and not 30 to 40% moisture. 3 to 4% moisture in the milk powder. Higher drum temperature or slower speed will cause scorching of the product despite insufficient drying. In addition to temperature and duration of drying, the temperature and concentration of milk feed, which is incoming milk, the thickness of the milk layer over the rollers, and the uniformity of the milk feed plays a major role.